Hi, the main focus of this video will be to compare fibrous and globular proteins and also clarify some common misconceptions that students build around fibrous and globular proteins. So we already know by now that the structure of protein is very important because proteins perform many different roles in living organisms and their molecular configuration helps them perform these different functions. Now we study proteins in different levels of folding. So that is the aspect of protein structure, where protein folds in primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary level. Whereas fibrous and globular proteins are two types of protein, so we call them as two main classes of protein. This is when mostly students confuse. They assume that fibrous and globular proteins are something that they study under quaternary proteins. That is wrong. A fibrous or a globular protein can be a quaternary protein or a tertiary. So here I'll come back to this diagram once again. If you notice, this is a fibrous protein because its structure is rope-like. So it is rod. Any protein whose overall structure is like a rod is called a fibrous protein. Any protein whose overall 3D structure is like a sphere or a globe or like a ball, we call that a globular protein. Now what decides whether the protein is tertiary or quaternary is how many polypeptides it has. Here the fibrous protein is actually a quaternary protein because you can see 1, 2 and 3. 3 polypeptides are interacting with each other to form one protein. So this is a quaternary level of folding. Whereas here you are looking at a globular protein which is actually made up of a single polypeptide chain. So it's made up of a single polypeptide chain which is folded in 3D shape. So do not confuse quaternary, tertiary with fibrous and globular. Quaternary, tertiary are the ways in which the proteins are folding, whereas fibrous and globular proteins are two different classes of proteins. Okay, any protein can be of one of these categories. Okay, so how do we compare fibrous and globular proteins? Like I told you, first by their shape. Fibrous is long and narrow, whereas globular proteins are round and spherical. Now coming to their role or biological function or purpose. Fibrous proteins play an important role in building the structure of the cell or the whole body of any organism, whether it is plant or animal. Whereas globular proteins mainly perform functions. So they are functional proteins, as in they mainly participate in increasing the rate of reaction. So they are mostly enzymes. They can also act as sometimes receptors and hormone-like proteins. Now amino acid sequence. In case of fibrous proteins, in every polypeptide of the fibrous protein, the amino acid sequence keeps repeating. You must have noticed this pattern in collagen. But in case of globular proteins, the sequence of amino acids in their chains are not repeating, they are irregular. Okay, think about hemoglobin over here under this example. Now durability. They are very less sensitive to changes in pH and temperature. That means fibrous proteins will not get denatured or their structure don't get damaged easily. So they are very durable. So when pH and temperature changes to a certain limit, they don't get affected. Whereas globular proteins are very sensitive to changes in pH and temperature. They have a specific pH and specific temperature at which they will form their particular shape. If that pH or temperature changes, their whole function will get affected because the shape changes. Examples, we studied collagen in our syllabus. Other examples of fibrous proteins are myosin, actin, keratin, elastin and fibrin. These are all proteins that you will find in your body. Keratin is found in your hair, nail and bones. Sorry, not bones, but horns and hooves of other animals like cow, camels. Elastin is found in your blood vessels. Fibrin is found in your blood. And myosin and actin are found in your muscles. Under globular protein, all enzymes that we will study in unit 3, they are all globular in nature. So if you remember, we saw the example of lysozymes in the previous video. The lysozymes are enzymes and they fold to form a compact globular shape. Hemoglobin is also globular. Insulin hormone is a globular protein, and our antibodies, that is immunoglobulin, in the name itself you can tell that it is a globular protein. About their nature and behavior around water. So solubility. Fibrous proteins are mostly insoluble in water generally, but there are exceptions. Similarly, globular proteins are generally soluble in water, but there are exceptions. So here we can use the mnemonic SPADES. So S for shape, P for purpose, A for amino acid sequence, D for durability, E for examples, and S for solubility. This will give you a hint while answering a comparison question in exam. So you can remember SPADES. So SPADES is a mnemonic to help you think about what criteria you're going to focus on while comparing these two types of proteins. That's all. Thank you.